Hello and good evening. My name is Umar Khushal Khan and my SRN number is 2211430. Today I will be discussing and giving a brief on the dissertation topic that I have chosen. The topic that I have chosen is the importance of investor protection rights in international arbitration and its global impact. I will give a brief background about this topic. The background includes that when considering international economic systems, it is necessary to highlight the aspects of foreign direct investments. These investments play a major role in identifying and developing the economic situation of the states involved, and the rights that protect the investment and the investors in disputed matters are necessary and need to be discussed and identified. The methods to resolve these disputes include that the disputes arising out of investments in particular require a proper mechanism to deal with the situation, especially in instances where the host state faces difficulty in dealing with such disputes. In instances where a bilateral investment treaty is not recognized, then what method or court will the host state or investor state rely on? Now, the choice of law and the identification of jurisdiction in such instances play an essential role in determining the proper resolution of such disputes. The reason why I chose this topic is because international economic systems depend on the investments made by foreign states. These investments by the investor states help in the economic development of the host state. It is, however, necessary to state and note that the method for resolution has not been effective. The ineffective resolution gives rise to gaps in this regard, whether the investment is protected, whether the jurisdiction and law are established. These are certain issues that require proper resolution. It is due to these reasons that I have opted to research on this topic for a thorough analysis on the available information. Now, the research questions that will be mentioned in my research project would include: Number one, which court or state will have jurisdiction to settle a dispute arising from a foreign investment? What are the other available methods to resolve a dispute between investor state and host state? What are the rights and protections available for the states? What are the doctrines that may be considered when resolving investor state disputes? And lastly but not least, whether the methods used to resolve the investor state disputes are effective, and if the resolving methods are ineffective, are there any remedies, rights, and protections available? The objective of this research is to highlight the essential mechanism for the effective resolution of investor state disputes from a global perspective. Number two, to establish and highlight the protective and effective method for foreign direct investments. The third one is to establish and highlight the proper method of resolution of the investor state disputes. And fourth is to provide clarity on the issues relevant to jurisdiction and the protection of the investors. The research methodology that I have adopted is the research methodology of an analytical research method. An analysis will be drawn from the data that is available to the researcher. Thereon, the data will be critically evaluated for a conclusion. Legal doctrines will be referred to in the dissertation. All forms of information will be utilized and critically evaluated in the analytical research method, such as laws, rules, case laws, and books. Important aspects that will be mentioned are the United Nations report referring to the investor-state dispute, and main legal questions will be elaborated through the research analysis. The methods and tools that are used for the collection of data will be The research will consist of and use the material and information available online, the information available in books, and the case laws to conduct the research. The data will be evaluated through the analytical research method. The website and tools that will be used in the research project will consist of LexisNexis, Westlaw, and other important sites, whereas the books available in the digital library of the University of Bedfordshire will also be used. The important literary or literature review in this regard would be that in an article written on foreign investment protection by Earl Snyder, it was highlighted and elaborated why institutional arbitration is necessary. Though the benefits of the institutional arbitrations were not mentioned, this is an aspect that will be mentioned and established in my research. In the second edition of the Principle of International Investment Law, the highlighted concepts are relevant to the concept of investment law and the investment treaty arbitration. However, the concept of jurisdiction and lex arbitra are still to be discussed and elaborated upon. The articles and books that will be used in this regard are The Origins of International Investment Law by Kate Miles, The International Arbitration, which is written by Nigel Blackaby, and the chapters related to investment treaty arbitration will be mentioned. The Meaning of Investment, wherein Ixid's Travox, and The Domain of International Law by Judian will also be mentioned. And an important note that I would like to refer to over here is that while researching on this topic, I will add more articles, books, and case laws to the research as I move along with my project. With that, I conclude my brief discussion on the dissertation, and I thank you.